How's it going, guys? Cam08 here, bringing you guys some domination on the map Carbon. And as you can see, I discovered a big ass hole in the back of the map of Carbon. I don't know, I just went up to try to discover, not discover, but check out the map, and I ended up seeing that big ass hole there. But now to start off in this tutorial, as you can see, it's on the map Carbon, and the shit spawn trap that I choose on this map is at C spawn. And I'm going to show you vice versa. The difference I'm going to be doing in this gameplay is going to be vice versa. I'm going to be showing you the spawn points on C side and on A side, because at the ending of this gameplay there's going to be a little flip, and we will end up having B and A instead of, B and C instead of A and B. So as you can see, we all spawn in this little corner here, and I'm going to be showing you the spawn points and our spawn points also. And spawn point, there's another spawn point in this little building here, in this corner. There's another one, which is it rarely happens, but you sometimes spawn in this little corner here also. Well, in this little corner. Now, I hope I don't make you guys dizzy. But there's another spawn point that's in this building, in this corner, in here. And there's another one by this little dirt area in this corner. Like you spawn like right here kind of thing, and you run out. So on the other side here is the enemy teams. And they first start off in this little corner here. There's another spawn point in this building next to the forklift. There's another one in this building here, and in that little corner where I'm looking at, and there's another one down here, and there's another one right by this truck. They either spawn like on this side of the truck or on this side of the truck. So basically that's one little spawn point right here. And you got that one, you got this one, and you got that one, like I said. So, and I pick C spawn to be the better spawn trap in my point of view kind of thing, because there's a lot more tight quarters here. Oh, I'm getting stuck on the building. But there, like I said, there's a lot more tight quarters here where you can secure perimeters. You may be either down this alleyway, you can be in this building going back and forth through this door kind of thing. And looking down here at the two spawn points down straight ahead when you just come up these stairs. And there's another areas over here. You can come up over here, watch this alleyway side and this alleyway side. So I'm gonna go back into the player. I'm gonna play this now. I'm actually gonna fast it up a bit. So I'm gonna try to keep this one shorter than the last upload I did. I know it was pretty long, but I'm gonna try to keep it a lot more shorter. Now, as you can see, the gun that I'm using is gameplay is the ACR. The proficiency I have on it is the kick. My perks I have is Blind Eye, Assassin Pro, and Sitrep Pro. And as far as my attachments to my gun, I've got the what the hell? The extended mags. And as far as my secondary gun, I have the FMG9, the Kimbles. Now I'm gonna pause this here. I'm actually gonna slow this down. In this little area, in this corner, going back into my person. Excuse me, but I'm gonna be going back and forth to these areas here, and I'm just trying to make sure that they're not flanking too much on the right side. So I'm gonna try to go back here, and I actually have a really dirty spot where I put my tack when I play this map, which is inside of this B building in this little corner here. I know it's dirty, but it helps me keep holding up that imaginary line to spawn trap these guys at C. So as you can see, the radar, they're still coming in their spawns. So I'm gonna show you this right here. I'm gonna kill these guys, go back and forth and try to secure this little perimeter area. As you can see, as I was saying earlier, I try to secure this one little area, and I keep running back and forth between the building and go to the sides on the outside of the building to my left and my right. As you can see, I'm pretty much controlling this area myself. It may look like I'm camping, but I'm not. Camping would be putting your back to a corner and sitting there for the whole game kind of thing and just waiting there. But I'm playing very safely and making sure that I have coverage on my guy to not die too much. That way, so like I was saying, I run around a lot and try to keep moving. Now I'm gonna pause this here, and I'm going to go into free. Well, wait. I'm gonna rewind this first. Maybe go back a little bit more. Now I'm gonna go into free roam, and I'm gonna show you where the enemy team will be spawning from up here. As you can see, 2 guys spawned in that little area, and kind of hit Black's kind of going a little bit too far, but the enemy team spawns in that corner and that corner a lot of the times in this gameplay. So as you can see, Dark Illusions and SNDK Vapor, they all 4 players spawned within the building and that little alleyway in their own spawn. And of course 1 person spawned in that building and they start shifting to that building, but majority of the times they're going to be spawning in these buildings here. Not the buildings, but on these spawn points here. And here, and here. But as you can see, they're not spawning anywhere else past the borderline. And like I said, I'm going to pause this right here. Like I said in my last tutorial on the map Fallen, I used flag C. Basically flag C as the imaginary wall. But I'm not going to be using flag C as the imaginary wall or that barrier that we should be upholding in this gameplay. I'm actually going to be using the building in this gameplay. As you can see in this building, like I said in my last tutorial, you have to at least push up 3/4 of the way. At least it has to be past B flag and 3/4 of the way, which is I pick the building right here inside this building. You cannot go outside of this building too much. That way it'll give the enemy team a lot more chances to flip or flank around wherever on the other side of our map. So as you can see, they're still spawning in their spawns. And we keep killing them in the buildings. There's me on the bottom, chasing other guys out. As you can see, they keep spawning in these points here. So, I'm getting stuck here. I'm gonna actually come out later on in this gameplay. I'm gonna come out from this building. I'm gonna come out over here. And this is actually pushing too much. But I went through here to chase a guy because I knew he was gonna end up flanking us on this far right route over here. That way he can go all the way down here and go flank and capture A away from us, which we'll call a flip. Spawn flip. But there's gonna be another thing in here that I'm gonna mention that's new. As you can see, our whole team, yeah, we're straight forward from the flags, the longer way of the map. As you can see, I'm looking up and down right now. You've got our spawn, you've got their spawn. Excuse me. But when an enemy team flanks our map, and they ended up flanking us to the right, it will cause the spawns to actually kind of flip, side shift flip, I would call it. Kind of like a side shift flip. It will cause the spawn points to be like on the outer corner point, say would be like at this truck. The other one would be at A inside this building, and majority of the enemy team player is going to be on the other half of the map. I'm using the top line of my timeline on the bottom here to show you basically this line right here. I'm going side to side is where the enemy team is going to be shifting when they do flip the spawn on you. So kind of keep that in mind. Try to keep your teammates spaced out on the map 3/4 of the way and fill up that imaginary wall over here, so that way you won't have any chances of having your spawns flip on you, and you'll be getting shot from behind, and the spawns will just flip on you, kind of thing. So, the chopper's coming. Anyways, going back to the gameplay, I'm gonna go back into my character right now. As you can see, I'm still securing this perimeter, going back and forth, and you cannot stay in these areas too long, where I just were in that corner. As you can see over here, I do not stay out there very long. I come back here and I try to fix my tack more closer into the corner. But as you can see, my escort airdrop is on that side. And I don't see any of our teammates, I mean the enemy team players in their spawn right now. That's because They are all flanking on the right side, trying to get to my package. Well, they keep trying to. But as you can see here, I got one guy on the right. He's flanking us. He's still flanking us, flanking us, flanking us. As you can see, what I was saying, the side shift flip of the spawn, all of our teammates are gonna be, I'm gonna make it this way because it's not more easier to see with the name straight than this way. It's kind of hard to understand that, but as you can see, three enemy players is on the right side and all of us is on the left side. This is what I call a spawn shift flip kind of thing. Because the majority of the spawns, like I said earlier, it's more straightforward and the flag spawns rather than the sides of the map kind of thing. But that's the thing that can cause a flip. It will cause, from following the route of the flanker on the enemy team that took, they go on the right side and it'll cause the enemy team to follow that route, and then it gives them a lot more chance for the enemy team to spawn closer to whoever was the flanker, which is by the package right now, will spawn inside this building. So I'm gonna keep playing this again. As you can see, the enemy team player is still in there. We need to get them out, but there's another thing that I wanted to mention. If too much of us fall back and we break off of that imaginary wall, it gives the enemy team a lot more chance to catch up and try to go past our wall and try to capture B, and then we might end up getting spawn trapped at A in our own spawn kind of thing. So it's actually not too much of a good idea for all of us to go back into our spawn and try to kill just one guy in our spawn. Is not really a good idea. When you're playing game battles kind of style kind of thing, you work as pairs, or you work really really good together, and you work as pairs kind of thing. You have everybody on their post areas and securing perimeters and making sure that the enemy team's not going through your imaginary wall that you guys are upholding right now. So as you can see, a lot of them are spawning in that building because you've got more people on the right side here. But the spawn trap worked out pretty good on here, and this is the vice versa that I'm going to be showing you guys right now. I've got my teammates coming in here because my teammate has Juggernaut on, and he's going to end up taking the flag C. I'm going to end up joining him, and this will cause the spawns to flip. As you can see, there's nobody spawning at C flag right now. It's only our team and our teammates basically, because we have the flag. And as you can see, we all just pushed forward back over here, but the only thing is too much of us was in the middle, so it gave them a lot more chances to come a little bit more on the left side over here. But as you can see, like I was saying earlier, the spawn points where I was saying they would spawn inside this building, spawn inside that building, or inside this little dirt area here. But the fact that it's carbon is actually a small map makes it a lot more easier to spawn trap kind of thing, but like I was saying, I rather pick C spawn than A spawn for a spawn trap. It's because there's not too much tight quarters like at C spawn. Like A spawn over here, you got a lot of open areas, you can't really cover yourself too much, and they like to come up into this building and behind this building kind of thing. There's still too much room for two of them to come by and both of them gang up on you kind of thing, so that's why I rather pick C spawn. Now as you can see, still a side shifts spawn flip. As you can see here, we've got 4 enemy team players and about 4 of us on this side too. That's another side shift. But I'm gonna go back into my player, and that is the end of the gameplay. Hopefully you guys found this tutorial helpful on the map Carbon, and it's up to you guys if you guys want to pick either or spawn. I wanted to do that on this one because the fact that it was a small map, it was easier to do the tutorial on here, a lot more easier since it was small. But there you go. the score went to 200 to 116. Here's my kills and my deaths and my score 32 and 16. And hopefully you guys like this gameplay and this tutorial, and hopefully you found it helpful. Please leave a comment or any suggestions down below in the box, and explain to me if you found it a little bit more educating than the last one, or you would like to suggest another map that you would want me to do a tutorial on. So hopefully you guys like this. I'll catch you guys next time. Shooties and muddies.